Alright everybody, in this video I'm going to talk to you guys about electronics. So I have a different opinion than a lot of people. I no longer think it's necessary to buy these $2,000, $3,000, even more expensive Garmin's and Furunos and everything. Don't get me wrong, Garmin is great for certain applications like radar, depth sounders, all that kind of stuff. It's great. But as far as for navigation purposes, and I'm talking as a gill netter, some fisheries like trawling or crabbing, you wanna know the bottom of the ocean a little bit better. Although these new systems that I use are pretty good with that as well. So anyways, I'm gonna get into what I use, why I use it, and why you don't need to break the bank to get a plenty good navigation system that can transfer station to station anywhere on the boat. So here, I'll get into it with you guys. Okay, so we're on my boat right now. So right here I have a Garmin operating system. This came with the boat. I would have never bought this because it's more expensive than I want to spend. But the nice thing is that I will say I recommend is this is a radar overlay on this one, which is pretty sweet. So I can go see, it says it's spinning up. There we go. So this is pretty cool feature. So it shows me navigating. That's where I will say, like, if you're gonna get a radar, getting the overlay is pretty sweet. It is expensive, but that's my radar system for this boat. Came with it. And then I just have your basic VHFs here and here. So this is what I really want to talk about. So this is basically it's NavTrack. If anyone marine industry probably knows NavTrack, you used to have to buy like systems for $1,200. You had a limited amount of downloads and everything. So this is now called TZ iBoats. You can download it. It's like $25 a year for my subscription, and you can download charts all over the world or just Alaska. And like I think I have just Alaska and Canada and Mexico package or whatever. But anyways, it is pretty sweet. I love it. It's $25 a month. I just bought an iPad. The only thing is with it, you have to buy an iPad with cellular capabilities. So mine has cellular. I don't know, I think I spent $500-600 on this iPad, waterproof case, and then $25 a year for this subscription. It might have gone up now. That's what I remember the first time I used it as being. I absolutely love this. You can also buy like the Garmin Navionics. That works okay too. I personally like this system better, and it has some pretty sweet stuff to go with it. So if I click over here, I can go raster, or I can go bathymetric charts, which I use when I'm like shrimping, crabbing, that kind of stuff, which is pretty nice. And then you can have vector charts, which vector charts, let's see. Go back to, okay, yeah. So we got the vector charts, which a lot of people will be more familiar with more Garmin style setups. But I like raster charts over here on the far side. It's just what I've grown up using, and they're more accurate, in my opinion, in Alaska. But there's all sorts of things. You can put depth shading on, which is really nice when you're crabbing and shrimping and that kind of stuff. You don't set a king crab pot or anything. So for the price, this is what I suggest. The other cool thing is like this one. I have it on a gimbal. I'll show you back here. There's my gimbal. It can kind of move around wherever, and I don't know, anybody who's driven boats at night all the time, you kind of get tired of everything being in your face up here on the dash. So I can lower this down, put it here, and it's kind of nice. I can move it around. I can also spin it around if I want to go sit over in the galley over here and watch a movie off of an iPad. I can do that. So there's multiple awesome reasons, in my opinion, to do this. The other thing is I can unclip this. I've got it plugged in right now, but I can unclip it. Let me unplug this. There we go. And now I can bring it back to my stern station. I can go up to the flying bridge, wherever I want to go. I can use this setup. Or if I want to, if it's calm out and I just want it right in front of me, I can put it there. So it's easily transferable. It's very affordable. You probably already have an iPad that has cellular capability in your household. All you gotta do is download this. The other thing that's nice about it is I bring this on my skiff. When I want to go out in my skiff, I bring it on other boats. If I'm going to go out, work on someone else's boat and I want my own navigation, I bring this with me. So that is my suggestion. It's called TZ Boats. Right there, you can see it in the top corner. And yeah, this is my suggestion if you're going to get a new navigation setup on your boat. I have it in a waterproof case, makes it easier to bring from station to station. But yeah, that's my suggestions. And then of course I have this is my depth sounder down here. It's Furuno, also came with the boat. I personally prefer the Garmin, like the Garmin Strikers, and I'm probably going to get one for this. A little smaller setup. I don't like how big and bulky these are for being pretty basic, but I do like Furuno. Furuno is a good product. I'm about to get an autopilot, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to mount right here on the dash. Getting a Furuno autopilot. That'll be pretty sweet. And then, as you know from one of my previous videos, I'm installing the MMCs here. I'm just waiting to commit to that at the moment until I get my more stuff together to be able to pull my existing throttles and put these ones in without having my boat all of a sudden stuck at the dock. So yeah, that's just my suggestion. I love this. I love these products. I love TZI boats. It's great for the price it is, and it does everything I need to. I mean, I've used this in Bristol Bay, I've used it in the Gulf of Alaska, I've used it. It's my primary source. I almost never use the actual navigation part of the Garmin I have, and that is because I've just never liked Garmin as much as like the Navtrek systems. They never seemed as user friendly. So for me, I much prefer the TZI boats. That's just a quick tip on something that could save you tons and tons of money. So yeah, if you're new to fishing or you just bought a boat and you're getting into this, you'll understand that every dollar counts. It gets freaking expensive, and it is unbelievable how much money you can spend on just your electronics. I've known guys to spend, like, well, my dad, for instance, he spent $10,000 on a radar one time, and this one way cheaper than that, and honestly works way better. So technology is getting better and certain things are getting cheaper, but I see so many people stuck in the old ways of, oh, you got to buy this Garmin and you got to get the hardwired in stuff. Yes, it's nice. Like, it depends on your application. Bigger boats doing bigger things, they need more of that. If you're just simply crabbing or just doing trolling, gill netting, whatever, why spend the money on this stuff? I mean, it's so expensive. Versus I have an iPad I can bring home. I can plan out where I'm going to go, what I'm going to do. I can look at my bathymetric charts. I can look at depth shading. I can plan ahead, make marks where I want to end up, and then I can bring it down to the boat, put it on, and I have everything I've been working on. So for me, it's pretty cool. I know Garmin has similar stuff. I've used their Navionics, have it on my phone. It's more user-friendly on the phone than the TZI boats is. That works great too. It just depends on how many subscriptions you want to have. But I don't think you need to go out and buy a $2,000, $3,000 Garmin big old screen. That's not even touch screen. This day and age, our generation, we're used to touchscreen. It's so much more user-friendly to sit here and be able to move things around just like we've always done on growing up on iPads. So yeah, go out. If you're going to get a new setup, that's great, but if you want to save a little bit of money and get something that's equally as good, in my opinion, or better in some ways, just get yourself an iPad. You might already have one. Just check if it has cellular capability, and then go ahead and get TZI boats. So there's my suggestion. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll be putting more and more content out as far as the boat, everything I'm doing to it, upgrades, and right now the weather sucks, so I'm not putting out as many videos down here because it is cold, and Some of the projects I need to do include fiberglassing and everything, and I just have to wait till I have better weather since I'm not in a shop. So anyways, hope you guys follow along, and I really appreciate the support.